Hey everyone, Lucas at Laminex, and today I want to be showing you how to tint and style the rear marker on your vehicle using a Laminex universal sheet and custom trimming to fit. Let's go. To start, you're going to want to measure the rear marker on your vehicle to get the exact measurement for the universal sheet that you're going to need to order for this installation. We have a full video on how to measure for a universal sheet and get the perfect length and height that you need to complete your order and installation. Once you have the right size Laminex to fully cover the rear marker, you're going to want to start by cleaning the rear marker using some water and a soft cloth to remove any dust, dirt, or lint or other debris and prevent it from getting trapped underneath the adhesive as we're installing this Laminex. Next, you're going to want to remove the Laminex from the liner and gently start to tack it into position, making sure the film is centered and covering the entire rear marker as you tack it on. If you realize that the film happens to be misaligned a little bit or not covering the entire marker, you can pull the Laminex back up and start to tack it on again. The key is to make sure the Laminex is centered and fully covering the area that you're wanting to style. Once the Laminex is gently tacked on, we're just going to use our hand with kind of a back and forth sweeping motion to further apply this Laminex on. Once the Laminex is gently tacked on, we're going to mist the outside layer of the Laminex with just a few water droplets, and that's going to serve as a lubrication layer as we take our squeegee with a moderate to firm pressure with 4 fingers equally distributed on it to start squeegeeing that Laminex down, starting on the flattest part of the marker and working our way up to the edges where the marker kind of lips and curves. And once the Laminex is squeegeed down onto the flattest part of the rear marker, we can then take our trim tool and give ourselves kind of a relief cut by removing some of the excess Laminex along the top. And you want to make sure you're cutting in the groove between the rear marker and the trim, making sure you're only using enough pressure to go through the film and not actually damage the marker or the paint underneath. And once that excess Laminex is removed, we can take this opportunity to apply the Laminex around that top lip that kind of curves, using our finger once more with kind of a sweeping motion to apply the Laminex down over that lip. Then we can take our squeegee once again to further make sure the Laminex is applied down before removing the rest of the excess Laminex down at the bottom of the marker. And once all the excess Laminex is removed, we can take this opportunity once more to apply the Laminex around that bottom lip of the rear marker. And here we're just kind of going along the edge, making sure it's smoothly applied down, and then using a squeegee to tuck in the rest of the Laminex underneath the trim bezel. And we're just going to work our way all the way down the bottom of this rear marker. And once again, we can remove any excess Laminex we need to as we're applying this down and tucking the Laminex underneath the trim bezel. And now that the Laminex is fully applied around that lip, now we only have to worry about these corner pieces. So in this corner, the film is kind of bunched up, so we're just going to lift the film back up and use our fingers once more with tiny firm sweeping motions and apply that Laminex back down about 1/4 of an inch at a time until it is fully applied down. Next, we'll go over to the other side where we'll repeat the process of lifting this big fold back up. And this one is a really big fold, so we're actually going to distribute this fold into a bunch of tinier wrinkles over a wider area and slowly massage those smaller wrinkles down, making sure the Laminex is covering the entire area it's supposed to, and just slowly massaging about 1/4 of an inch at a time. And you'll see here at the bottom, it's not really wanting to apply without bunching up into a big fold again. And so here at the corner, we're actually going to give ourselves one more relief cut, and that's going to separate the tension where the fold is created by that lip, and we can further apply this Laminex down with our fingers and tuck in any excess Laminex underneath the trim area. Just working your way around this entire corner, making sure it's all applied down and covered. And now your rear marker is completely protected and customized with our Laminex universal sheet. If you want to learn more about what you can do with a Laminex universal sheet, visit our website laminex.com or check out our other universal sheet installation videos. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Take care.